Manga-Waido.
My name is Chika Suzuhara. I'm a housewife now. Because of my husband's job transfer, we moved to this town a few months ago. I finished setting up the furniture after trying out several different layouts, and I'm getting used to living in the new house. I've become more familiar with this town after going around on my bicycle on my daily errands. I thought that I'd like to do some part-time work since I had some extra time in the afternoons. Is it all right if I work part-time while you're working?
Yeah, of course. But don't work too hard.
Thanks. I'll look for a job then. When I was going around on my bicycle, I noticed that there were many elementary school students around here. It seems that there were many elementary schools and kindergartens, as well as nurseries in this area. Right, then maybe that facility is also in this area. Just as soon as I thought that, I searched it on the internet right away. Yes, it's here. I'll apply for this. What I was interested in was a facility that offered an after-school program. At this facility, children with physical or mental disabilities receive support, and they can learn social skills by spending time with other children. Actually, when I was single, I used to work part-time at a support facility in another town. Many children with developmental disabilities tend to take extreme actions or to have unique perceptions of things. There are apparently many adults who find this difficult, but I enjoy thinking about things like, what kind of characteristics does this child have? Or, how can I communicate better with this child? I found it very rewarding when the child I was interacting with broke into a smile. I applied to a facility with the after-school program close to my house. I was quickly invited for an interview and was hired right away. My husband works from afternoon to late in the evening, so my work hours worked out perfectly for taking care of children after school. When I started working there, I think I'm pretty good at this job. Oh, I lost. Kotaro, you've gotten really good at playing Othello.
I didn't want to lose to you, Miss Chika, so I practiced with my grandpa at home.
Is that right? You're such a hard worker.
Yup.
At first, the children seemed to be a little wary of me. But when I thought of things from the children's perspectives and threw myself into playing with them, they began to open up to me.
Chika, you seem to be really good spirits lately.
Did you notice? The work is hard, but I find it rewarding and fun.
I see. But don't overwork yourself, okay? You have a strong sense of justice, so you tend to bear too much responsibility on your shoulders sometimes. So take it easy. It's part-time work after all.
Okay, I know. I started to work at the facility 5 times a week with my husband's support. Fortunately, all the staffs who I work with are nice people. But since it's work, not everything is rosy. You aren't able to manage your schedule. You're late in coming to pick up my child. I told you to be on time last time, didn't I? I am so sorry. I would like you to support my child with more care. Makoto says that he's often left alone. I'm sorry. Makoto sometimes gets into a panic when he's with many other people. When that happens, he takes some time off to cool down by himself. You make it sound like it's for a good reason, but aren't you just leaving him alone without taking care of him? I don't really like it when I hear such excuses. There were quite a number of complaints from the faculty members. Parents want what's best for their children, so I thought it would be good to report all of what they say in order to improve the situation. I wrote down all the complaints we received, since that was the company's policy, and summarized them in my daily reports. Most of my coworkers took this seriously, and we made time to talk over the issues in order to make things better. But there was a person who said, just forget about the complaints. This was my boss, Kano, who was responsible for this facility.
Don't bother with the complaints every single time! They aren't worth thinking about.
But for the children, they are important matters.
If the head office misunderstands that things aren't going well here, I'll be in trouble since I'm responsible for this place. You understand? There's so many care facilities for children around here, so it's very competitive. The head office is always on edge about it. You don't need to report every little complaint.
It is true that because there were so many competitors in this area, there were other facilities who went out of business.
Yes, everything is fine here.
The headquarters managed multiple facilities for after-school programs, and their stance was that a facility that receives many complaints needs to be re-inspected. When that happens, the one to get fired right away would be Kano. In order to protect himself, Kano would say, "Don't report the complaints."
Delete.
What? Kano continued to delete the complaints we reported time after time and refused to let the headquarters know about them. However hard the part-timers worked, if the headquarters didn't know what was going on in the facilities, they wouldn't be able to make the right decisions. For example, they wouldn't know that the facility needed to increase the number in staff or more experienced ones. The program would not be run smoothly. And just as we thought, the number of complaints increased. The children also began to look more and more bored.
What do you mean you can't look after my child? You used to look after him before on Tuesday and Wednesdays.
I'm sorry, the staff quit suddenly and we don't have enough people.
I am sick of hearing your excuses. It's fine. I won't ask you to look after my child. I'll look somewhere else.
Things were really starting to get out of hand. I decided to go to Kano and have a talk with him one more time. Mr. Kano, please increase our staff numbers. Also, we would like to get more in touch with the schools. We don't know how the children are spending their days without having connections to their schools.
You are so annoying. Don't tell me what to do. You're just a part-timer. You don't know your place.
But there are so many complaints from the parents.
I told you, you don't need to tell the headquarters about every little complaint. You part-timers just need to do what I tell you to do.
That's not possible. It's not good for the children, and it's against our work ethics.
You want me to get fired? We don't need such trifle complaints. We just need to select some of them and report them. Understood?
Kano was furious, but this facility wasn't made for him. It was for the children and their parents. I also want to do something about the part-timers quitting one by one. I wrote an email to the headquarters to report the complaints we received when Kano wasn't looking. But when I was answering the phone from the parents, Kano discovered the email.
What are you doing behind my back?
The mail got deleted by the infuriated Kano.
All right, that's enough. You bring nothing but trouble. Your contract was to be until next month, but I am not renewing it. I'll tell the headquarters that you're selfish and your behavior is intolerable. I'll also let them know that those are my reasons for terminating your contract.
The other part-timers were in shock. I thought of talking back at him, but just then, I remembered my husband's words.
You're a part-timer, so don't bear too much responsibility on your shoulders. Don't overwork yourself.
Those words helped me to cool down. That's right, the children are important, but I'm just a part-timer. There's no reason for me to fight with this over my boss and get mentally drained. I see. I understand. Thank you very much. I accepted the dismissal and quit the job at the end of that month. To be honest, when I thought of the children who had come to like me, I felt very sad. But with Kano working here, this workplace will probably not improve, however hard I may try to do something about it. 2 weeks after I quit work, I was thinking to myself, it's incredible how much free time I have when I'm not working, as I was walking down the street carrying a bag of groceries. Then, a boy came up to me and spoke to me.
Oh, Miss Chica, are you no longer going to be a teacher?
It was Makoto from the after-school program. We had gotten along well together.
Hey, let's play together again. When are you coming next time? Or are you working at another after-school program?
No, not yet. Oh, right. If I work at another program, I could meet you guys again. When I got home, I searched for another after-school program and applied for the position. I was hired right away and was asked to start working from next Monday. This program had enough staff members. It was also good because the well-being of the children was their utmost priority. I felt comfortable working here. Then, after about 2 months into my new job, strange things began to happen.
Miss Chica, long time no see.
Children from my previous workplace began to come here, one by one. Apparently, the word has been going around among us parents that you started working here. Chica, the children really enjoy being with you. Oh, is that right? I thought it sounded too good to be true, but according to one of the parents, the children were coming because they wanted to be in the program where I was working. Is it all right to be so happy? Then, I also heard something else that made me even more surprised. Apparently, my old workplace was in a pretty bad condition. They don't think about the children. There's not enough staff members. They can't coordinate their schedules effectively. Because of such bad reputation, many children switched over to different after-school programs, and the place could no longer keep itself up and running. See? That's what happens when you pretend like complaints never existed. I was thinking, I told you so, and that was when I got a phone call.
Please come back to work for us.
The caller was Kano.
Many children started quitting our program because they found out you were no longer working with us. After you quit, the other part-timers started to quit as well, and there aren't enough people. Please, Mrs. Zahara, come work for us again.
I decline your offer. I am enjoying my work at another school program now. I don't plan to work under someone who deletes the complaints to save his own skin. Goodbye. I'm sure it's not really about me. It's the result of having deleted all those complaints. They got themselves into a negative spiral. In such a highly competitive area, this was the natural outcome for not answering the customer's needs. From what I heard after that phone call, the parents started to say that a bunch of children quit this program. On the internet, there were comments about, maybe the staff did something to the children so they all quit. In the end, there were even some unfounded rumors about the children getting abused, so the place was forced to close down. As for Kano, a female college student accused him of sexual harassment.
You're fired!
What?
He was apparently fired. Kano was a contract worker, so maybe he couldn't find his next work. I once saw him looking pale in front of the Public Employment Security Office. That's what happens when you're only thinking about saving yourself. I'm having fun working at my new job place.
I'm glad you're enjoying your part-time work, but don't forget to spend time with me as well.
Sorry, let's go out on a picnic next Sunday.
Oh, great! It's a promise.
My relationship with my husband is good. I hope I'll continue to enjoy living in this town.